She supported our legislation for paid parental leave for federal employees. She has been a leader in making sure that federal employees have comprehensive prescription drug benefits in our health care plan. And she not only votes with federal workers, but she gets things done, having been named by Congressional Quarterly as one of the most influential members of Congress. I know that every one of you attending this conference is aware of the terrible and unacceptable situation at TSA. The employees work there without many of the basic and fundamental rights and protections that all workers deserve. They are denied the right to bargain collectively with their employer, and they are denied basic civil service rights and protections of Title V. Representative Lowey has made the rights and dignity of transportation security officers her cause. She is the leader on this issue. Now, I met with Congresswoman Lowey and with Homeland Security Committee Chairman Benny Thompson and with Subcommittee Chair Sheila Jackson-Lee early last year to discuss the details of Congresswoman Lowey's legislation as it was being drafted. And I sincerely appreciate her willingness to work with NTEU and to include our suggestions into her bill, H.R. 1881, which will provide collective bargaining rights, civil service protections, and fair pay to TSOs at the Transportation Security Agency. And while that takes up all of her time doing all she does for federal employees across the country, I sincerely appreciate the fact that she has made time for us in her day today to join us. Please join me in thanking and welcoming Congresswoman Nita Lowey.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. The sun is shining. It's a glorious day. And for me, it's a real pleasure to be here. And I want to thank a great woman, your leader, my friend. I really want to thank you for all you do, for your strong leadership, but especially for that very gracious, kind introduction, Colleen. And I want to thank all of the great union officers, members here today for your efforts and continued support. When unions stick together, we win. Now, let's remember this, that transportation security officers are the first line of defense in detecting and preventing terrorism in air travel. The jobs are critical, you know that, and there should be a workplace that reflects how critical the jobs are. Making sure that the TSOs have workplace protections will make our skies safer, it will make our airports safer, and it will make our nation safer. As many of you know, this has been a long and hard-fought battle. In 2001, when TSA was created, the Republicans were in control of Congress, and they provided authority to the administration, allowing TSA to create different classes of employees, each with different rights and protections. One group of TSA employees would be given one set of rights, and the other group, the TSOs, would be treated differently with respect to benefits, discipline, compensation, leave, and other basic employment rights. Is this fair? No. Are we going to change it?
Yes.
This division among TSA and DHS employees was and continues to be the impetus for low employee morale and diminished transportation security. That is why I first authored provisions to grant the collective bargaining rights that are deserved as part of the 9/11 Commission Recommendations Implementation Act in 2007. Since President Bush held your labor rights hostage with his veto threat over these provisions, your commitment, my commitment, has only grown stronger. Last April, I introduced H.R. 1881, the Transportation Security Workforce Enhancement Act, and I am proud to be joined on this legislation by nearly 150 of my colleagues. That's pretty good. And your friend and my friend, Benny Thompson, the chair of the Homeland Security Committee, has been a leader on this bill as well. My legislation would give TSOs the same rights as those already enjoyed by other Homeland Security professionals, including at FEMA, CBP, as well as Coast Guard civilians. It brings parity, fairness to the TSA workforce by affording the same protections your colleagues across the federal government enjoy under Title V, the Federal Labor Standards Act, the Equal Pay Act, the Age Discrimination in Employment Act, and the Rehabilitation Act, among others. So it's no coincidence that TSA, the one federal agency that treats its workers so unfairly, has among the highest rates of turnover, injuries, attrition, complaints filed with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, as well as the lowest morale among federal agencies. We must stop the brain drain of experienced and skilled workers, and the only way to do that is through a clear career path and treating TSOs with respect. Now, it's also time to deliver a message to those people on the other side of the House, the senators, you heard of them, who believe it is okay to play politics with national security. The threat air traffic, the threat air travelers face is from terrorists, not from labor unions. Civil service protections have helped the federal government work smoothly for over 50 years, and the American public will benefit greatly from a professional screen of force comprised of experts making a career out of protecting the traveling public. The work of TSOs is grueling, intense, absolutely critical for our safety and security. We need personnel who've mastered the job, and the only way we get there is by giving the TSOs the respect and the workplace standards they deserve. So I want to make this very clear. I am committed to fighting alongside each of you to protect our skies by developing and retaining the most skilled and professional workforce in the world. And if we stick together, and if we clearly keep our eyes on the goal, we will win. Thank you very much.